Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Paula Ludwig. I am one of the event coordinators with the Atlantic Institute. This is our Cuisine of Different Cultures potluck event, where we're going to share a dish with each other that we've made and just talk about it for like 5 minutes. And then you're all gonna share your recipes with me, and I'm gonna put them in a cookbook, and everybody that has attended and shares a recipe will get access to that virtual cookbook. I'm hoping you all made some wonderful dishes to share with us today. I'm going to show a very short 2-minute video about the Atlantic Institute. We are all about our vision is of a peaceful world, and this video really explains how we're working towards that. So I'm going to share my screen.
The Atlantic Institute is a nonprofit organization dedicated to promoting harmonious coexistence between peoples of various cultures, faiths, and backgrounds. We seek this goal through peaceful dialogue, education initiatives, and community organization. Our dialogue events bring together experts, community and faith leaders, and knowledge seekers to address social issues that affect us all. We feel dialogue is the most important element in peaceful coexistence, so we try and maintain several panel discussions, TED Talk events, and book clubs throughout the year. These events touch on social issues, race relations, and cultural understanding, and are a mainstay of our programming. The Atlantic Institute's education events are extremely important to our mission of understanding. We want to promote socially forward critical thinking to students of all ages. To that end, we have developed programs that seek to grow the creative spirit of students and help them think about their communities and the world around them. Our Future Leaders of Dialogue event brings together nominated elite students to learn from each other as well as political and business leaders. Our art and essay contest gives students a theme about important societal issues and allows them to create wonderful works of art and writing while steering their minds towards improving their world. We're always seeking ways to educate youths and adults in order to make a peaceful world for all of us. Our community events are designed to transform neighbors into friends and groups of people into a community. By associating with other nonprofits or by our own initiative, we are always trying to discover new avenues to improve our neighborhoods, places of worship, and community centers. We host cooking demonstrations of food from other cultures, work with various nonprofits to help elevate the work of others, and try to find a way to make the lives of those who are disenfranchised or marginalized better. Building a more peaceful world starts in our backyards, so we are dedicated to improving our communities and associations. The Atlantic Institute is always seeking like-minded volunteers and collaborators. If you would like to learn more, find volunteer opportunities, or just want to chat with our staff, please visit our website at www.atlanticinstitutesc.org or follow us on Facebook. We will never run out of fun, educational, peaceful events, so come join us to help make this world a better place full of understanding and unity.
I've been getting paid $1,000 a month.
All right, so that was our video about the Atlantic Institute. And if you want to know any more information, I am going to share my email address here for a couple of reasons. For those of you who have attended today, I am giving you the opportunity to look at our first cookbook we did in 2020. And it's on our website, so I just put that in the chat, as well as the link or the password to get to it. That one has a password. And so I want to just thank you all for attending today, and you've now got access to another cookbook that you can check out. And then my email address is there so that if you haven't sent me your recipe and you want to get one in, you can send that to me. And so that my email address is in there, and you can copy and paste out of the chat. I do it all the time. So this is how we're going to do it. We're going to show our dish and then talk about it for a couple of minutes, 2 to 5 minutes. And then we're just going to have everybody share with what they have. I'm going to go first just so you guys can see what it's like. And then whoever wants to go next, and I'll spotlight you and you can go on. So I'm going to spotlight me right now. There we go. My dish is called chocolate pie. And I know, like, with every chocolate pie out there, you know, it's really easy to go to the frozen store and just buy one. But I'm going to tell you that this is the best chocolate pie you will ever eat, and it's 3 ingredients only. And I learned this over 20 years ago from another military wife. My ex-husband was in the Army, and it is 3 ingredients. Like I said, it is chocolate, Cool Whip, and a graham cracker crust. And basically all you do is you melt the chocolate, and it's baker's chocolate, on semi-sweet baker's chocolate. And you buy it in a box. Usually it's on the top shelf or one of the top shelves of the baking aisle. It's where I found it today. And you melt that, and then you dump it into your bowl of Cool Whip that you buy, and you just mix it up and you dump it in a graham cracker crust. And I'm going to take the lid off of it now. And I'm going to try and show you. This is a large pie crust, a large bowl of Cool Whip, whoops, and the whole box of baker's chocolate. Now, it looks very white on here, but there is ribbons of chocolate through it because my Cool Whip was still a little bit too cold. It was still a little frozen when I did it. You really do want to let it set out and thaw out all the way. But it will taste the same. Sometimes the chocolate will turn the Cool Whip brown, and so it looks like chocolate Cool Whip. Or sometimes it just puts ribbons of chocolate through the Cool Whip, and it tastes the same. I've had it both ways, both times, or many times, and it tastes the same. It's just the way it incorporates. I think it has something to do with how cold the Cool Whip is versus the chocolate, and I don't know, it's something scientisty, but it all looks the same and it tastes this, or it doesn't look the same, but it tastes the same. And it's really great. It's one of my family's favorite things that I make, and it's so easy. Like I said, 3 ingredients: graham cracker crust, Cool Whip, melted chocolate, and that's it. Now, you can try other chocolates if you want. I've always used the baker's chocolate. That's what I was told to use, and it's just really, really good. So like I said, it's my family, one of their favorite things, and they'll ask for it, not even just on holidays. They'll just pop up and say, "Hey Mom, will you make that?" Even my adult child who doesn't live with me. So yep, chocolate pie. The recipe will be in the cookbook. So next, who would like to share next? So I did see that somebody said they didn't make a red dish and they're just wanting to expand their cooking abilities, and that's awesome. Today is not a demo one. Today is just about us sharing our favorite recipes or a recipe we want to share with somebody. I cooked mine so that you could all see it. If you have a picture you want to show, that's fine, so we can kind of see what it looks like. If not, if you just want to talk about it and then send me the recipe, that it would be awesome. Pictures included are also awesome. I don't have to go searching for what it would look like. Yes. Lexa, I saw that you did submit that already. I appreciate that. I'm gonna finish that cookbook up in the next week or two and then send out the link to everybody. So, all right, who wants to go next?
I'll go next.
All right, let me spotlight you. All right.
These are my instructions for the herb shiso, which has become more popular here in America. It's often used to accompany sashimi and sushi because it's a very refreshing plant in the mint family. Okay, so classic mint, it's got square stems and it's got these parallel leaves. and it's stacked like catnip and spearmint and peppermint. So the easiest way you can use this herb. All right, here are the leaves. Here is a shiso leaf.
Okay.
And it does come in different varieties. This one has a purple back. You see, this is the leaf that the part that faces the sun, the green chlorophyll and such. And when they're sold in Asian markets, they're usually bunched together like this, like a bunch of spinach. And you would buy this herb because you want something to accompany like fatty or oily foods.
So
Because it has,
they're asking how you start the plant, and or my question to go along with that is, where would you buy one of these plants in America?
There are seeds sold. You know, I have seen if you just Google like shiso, SHISO, or perilla, the Google will direct you to seed sellers that do market these seeds. And you know, it's not hard to get. You shouldn't have to pay more than $2 or $3 for a packet of seeds.
Oh, wow.
And once you start them, like mint, it does tend to take over. You have to watch it. And here I'm in New Orleans, and it's still growing. In other places, you know, the mints are long dead, but here in New Orleans, it's still growing. It's gone to seed, and you can also use seeds. Okay. So as I was saying, it's in Japanese cooking, especially, it accompanies. They take the leaf and they either pickle it, like with sugar and vinegar, or they use it to sometimes wrap oily fish like tuna belly, which is one of the oilier fish in sashimi. And so it acts as a balance to oily and greasy foods. So in Asian cooking, the meal planning has a lot to do with balancing flavors and textures. So if you have something oily and greasy and you want to keep eating, it's hard when you don't have something to balance out that oily, just to ease your palate. You want something that's refreshing. Okay, so that is mostly the role of shiso. It doesn't taste that good when you eat it raw, although some people do put it in salads. It's just like you don't want to eat a whole bunch of mint because it's strong tasting. So it's a condiment, or you know, my instructions were for drying this plant, which you would do, you know, dry any kind of leafy herb. You would hang it, or when you take it, when you clip off the stems, you just set it aside in a dry, cool place, dark place, and let it sit for 2 or 3 days, depending on the humidity. The more humid it is, the longer it will take. So you need to dry it completely. And then you would strip off the stems like this, go in the opposite direction, and you have like newspaper or paper at the bottom. And then you crumble it in your hands, and it's very easy to do. It's like crumbling tea leaves. And then you just pour it into like I have this big old herb spice jar, and you just pour it in, and then you use it as condiment. You sprinkle it over like rice and soup, like a salad or oily foods, and you can also combine it in a spice jar with something like nori, crumbled nori, or toasted sesame seeds, or nuts like peanuts. And that goes really well over rice. And in Japanese cooking, that is called furikake, Furikake. And you sprinkle it over rice. I mean, you don't have to have anything else. You just sprinkle it over rice, and it gives you a nice, flavorful topping. And that's all I have to say. I mean, if there are any questions, I welcome your questions.
That sounds awesome. I am going to
okay, I have one thing to add. The flavor of this herb is hard to describe. I've read people trying to say, well, it's a combination of citrus and cinnamon, cloves, and basil, and forget that. It doesn't taste like that. It has a very distinctive taste. and it's very hard to describe. So I'm not really even gonna try. I just have one more thing to add. In the summer, it can be used to make a juice or a tea. You just boil up the leaves. So in this case, it would turn this really nice, deep garnet color. And you would put sugar in it. You have to sweeten it somehow because otherwise it's just too intense. It has a and it would have a bitter undertone, and that's not pleasant. So you put you sweeten it to your content. You can put a little ginger in it and you chill it, and it makes a great summer drink.
Oh, well, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Pleasure.
Who wants to go next? Anybody? All right,
Okay,
let's go
I'll
down.
go. I'll go.
Alice, okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Would I be able to share the screen by any chance?
Yes, let me give you co-host abilities and then you can share your screen.
Okay, so here we go.
Hang on. You should be able to do it now.
Okay. Okay, the dish I made is California roll.
Oh.
And this is a multi-step process. I'm from California, born and raised here, and I'm third generation Japanese American. And so they call this California roll because of the use of avocado in it. And in the middle, the main ingredient is imitation crab. You can use real crab, but it will be very expensive. And so you mix the crab meat with mayonnaise, and then you add slices of avocado, and then you roll it up in seaweed. And so you have it on top of rice and you roll it up. So those of you who aren't familiar with imitation crab comes in 1 pound packages. They're frozen and they come in stick form like this. And sometimes they're also like bundled all together. This one is in sticks and each one is individually wrapped. So you have to remove the plastic. And what I do is I run everything through a food processor and it comes out real flaky like this. So it looks like breadcrumbs. And so you have to use mayonnaise to bind it together. And that's your main filling. And then for those of you who've never rolled sushi before, this is a bamboo mat. And you have to buy the sheets of nori or seaweed. And then you lay it on your mat. And this nori has a really rough, dull side, and it has a shiny, smooth side. So what you do is you lay your nori on the mat with the shiny side down, and you have to line it up to the edge of the bamboo mat. And then you layer your rice, your cooked rice that's already seasoned, onto the seaweed. And you only come an inch before the other edge. So you have everything covered with rice except for the top 1 inch. And you layer your rice, seasoned rice, and then I usually sprinkle sesame seeds. And then I put my crab meat in the center and I line up my avocado slices, and then you roll it up. And so you'll get these rolls. And after you have the rolls, then you slice them up, and you can usually get about 8 pieces per roll. And I chose this recipe not necessarily because it's my favorite, but because New Year's is really big in Japan. And, they celebrate from 3 days to a week. And, one of the foods that they have is sushi. And so that's the reason why I chose this dish. But you can also take it to a Christmas potluck because you have your red and green and white in there. So it makes it look festive.
Yes, it does.
And
Alice,
then-
would you be interested in possibly being an instructor for one of our classes this year on rolling sushi and doing sushi?
Well, I'm not from Japan and I'm not a professional sushi chef. I'm just a home cook. So
They looked awesome though. And how about we talk about it further? I'll send you an email.
okay.
Okay.
For those of you who do get the recipe though, I do want to say that there are many steps to it and it may be confusing. So I did put my email address in case you have any questions, if you want to attempt it on your own.
Awesome. I will make sure to get that in the cookbook then.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
You're
Thank you,
welcome.
Alice. All right. Who wants to go next? Anybody next? All right, Dorian or Maddie or Jennifer. Oh, Jennifer said you didn't prepare anything. You can always talk about your favorite dish though, and then send me the recipe if you didn't. Gloria, Louise, Terry, Sherry, Michael, I know you just came in. We're sharing recipes. If you have a dish made and you can show it, that's awesome. If you have only a picture, that's okay too. But we're sharing recipes today for our potluck event. And then if you send me the address or the recipe, I will put it in our cookbook and I'm going to give everybody access to that attends this. There we go. Whoops. I just shared everything that was in our, oh my, that was in our conversation there. Sorry. All right, so copy, paste again. Sorry. There we go. Anybody else have a dish they want to share?
I have biscuititos to share.
Who's talking so I can
Maddie.
Maddie, awesome. All right. Where are you, Maddie? There you are.
The pink flowers.
Yeah. It won't let me spotlight you. Maybe because, there we go, add spotlight. Hi, Maddie.
Hi.
What did you make for us?
Biscuititos.
Can you spell that?
No.
No. All right. And they look like cookies. Are they cookies?
Yes, they are cookies.
Okay. And what kind of seasoning did you use with them?
Well, for the top, it's sugar, cinnamon, and another spice
All right.
that is used in these cookies too.
What else is
You
used?
also
I'm sorry.
use, huh?
What did you say?
That are also used in these cookies.
Okay. Awesome. They look really good. I really want to pluck one out of my screen and eat it.
I doubt you could do that.
Nope, that is not possible yet. I'm waiting for scratch and sniff screens though, so we can smell too. No. All right. So will you send me the recipe, Maddie? Or have mom or dad?
I'm pretty sure it is already sent, but you combine flour, baking powder, ground.
Anise, A-N-I-S-E.
Anise. Yes. Okay.
Nice. Okay.
anise, salt, lard, coconut oil, sugar, and an egg
All right.
together. First, you
Awesome.
have to mix together the dry ingredients in one bowl, and then coconut oil and lard in another, then egg, then and the sugar.
Can you break one open for us so we can see the middle of it,
Sure.
or take a bite? Oh yes, those look really, really good.
You have to chill the dough.
You have to chill the dough. Yes. All right. All right. Thank you, Maddie.
You're welcome.
All right. Who else would like to share? Those cookies look really good. I really want one now. Somebody said they did look like snickerdoodles. They do kind of look like snickerdoodles, but don't believe snickerdoodles have anise in them, which so that would be a very different kind of cookie. So who's next? All right, well, if nobody has another recipe to share with us, then we're gonna close it out for the day. I'm gonna compile all the cookbook or the recipes for the cookbook. In the cookbook will be the recipes from our other cuisine of different cultures recipes that the cook sent me, and from this year, so it'll be a 2022 cookbook, and then I'll send those out to everybody that was here today and has given me an email address, and we will you can see the recipes as well as watch the videos on our YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel has all of the cuisine of different cultures programs that we've done through the last 3 years, as well as our cultural creations, which are crafting hobbies and arts stuff that we are doing, as well as our educational and dialogue stuff and interfaith stuff that the Atlantic Institute does. We do a very broad range, so you should check out our Atlantic Institute SC YouTube channel. If you follow it, every time we put a new video out there, I believe it lets you know that. And we do these cooking demos once a month, as well as our cultural creations once a month. And then for those of you who have teenagers, I have a teenager, we are starting a new program that we're also doing once a month called Life Skills for Teens. And it has different things from cooking. It'll be a different thing every month, cooking to writing an essay, to proofreading, to budgeting, doing a grocery list and grocery shopping kind of thing. Changing a tire, jump starting a car. It'll be way different than what we're doing now. It is for teens only that we ask, and that is the new program we're starting in January. So we are always doing and encouraging and welcoming any ideas that anybody has and seeing if we can implement them. What we ask is that it's to help our vision of a peaceful world. So it's positive dialogue about anything, or exploring cultures. So if nobody else has a recipe they want to share, I'm going to end today's session and look forward to seeing you all next year for our other demos. Anybody else? Thank you, guys. Don't forget to send me your recipes, because then I'll have your email address to send you your link to the cookbook. Thank you. I'm going to stop recording.
Thank you.